Okay, welcome everyone to the Elite Lych No Monkey Knowledge Guide, strategy, whatever you guys want to call it. So this week, it's a very interesting one for a few reasons. So Ninja Kiwi doesn't want to let us get the easy dub on this one, so we have to do a couple of things differently. So first off, as you guys have noticed, I'm using Sada, I'm not using Ben. That's because Ben is actually not allowed. For people that don't have Sada, you guys can use Quincy, he works just fine, but you might need to kind of give him some support later on. These are some things that Solid can do and Quincy can't. But on the other hand, you guys are going to have a lot of monkey knowledge and you're going to be way ahead in farming. Although I'm going to assure you guys that we are going to have a couple of $1 million actually in this run. Farming is not difficult by any means. So, let's walk you guys through the game and what we're doing. And, I'm just going to mention the other things that we are not allowed to do this week. So, as you guys have probably noticed, the second thing, and that is that we only have 2 Dart Monkeys. And so the reason why we have 2 is because Ninja Kiwi doesn't want us to get the Dart Paragon, which was the go-to way, right? That's how we did it usually. We went for the Dart Paragon. It's the cheapest one. It does a lot of DPS. In this small loop that we have on this specific map, it was going to be able to do a lot of DPS, but that's fine because we're going to do the Boomer one anyways. So starting off with Sada is able to defend basically anything, so we're not worried about defending at this point. We're just worried about farming. The way we farm is the usual one. We go for 200 farms and then we're going to be slowly upgrading them to 203. So at this point we are at 200 farms. I'm just going to keep buying more, and obviously you guys are going to be way ahead of me because you have monkey knowledge, so farms are going to be cheaper, and the things that you're going to be buying also later on are going to defend easier, and they're going to have, small things like more pierce and stuff. So getting the third farm up, we're going to stop at 5 at this point. That is going to be in the 20s. And we're going to have an interesting way of dealing with lead balloons because we don't want to spend money on lead popping power for now. So we're going to have an interesting way of dealing with them. And we want to invest as much money as possible into our farm. So here's what we're going to be doing for round 28. As soon as the round starts, use Solid's ability, and that's going to be the round. And upgrade one of the farms to 203, and then getting ready to upgrade the second one. Now, round 30, watch the first balloon. So when the first balloon does its first loop, that's when you use the ability, and then it's going to come off cooldown for the second ones, and that's going to be pretty much it. I'm doing this just because I don't want to spend, for example, $600, I think is the Alchemist. We can put this money into farms, and obviously, I was playing kind of a tighter game because I wanted to make as much money as possible in the early game so that we can have a lot more later on. So at this point, we have everything that we need. Solid is defending nicely, especially with monkey knowledge. You guys are going to be ahead in farming a little bit and going to stop at 5203 farms. So at this point, 5203 farms, and we're going to have our first tower that's going to be connected to defending with Lich, and that's going to be the Moab Assassin. We're actually going to get 2 Moab Assassins. So by round 40, you guys should have 2 Moab Assassins on the field, and those are going to be 040 bomb shooters that are going to be on strong, and they're going to help out with the DPS of these chain balloons the Lich is going to summon, right? So round 40, around the corner, I'm going to be right back, and I will see you guys for tier 1 Elite Lich. So tier 1 Elite Lich is out, and so the thing that we're doing with him is we're going to defend them in a way that we've usually defended them. This is a strategy that's proven to work. It's actually a little bit expensive, especially with the way the Lich has been getting buffed, but nevertheless we're going to be doing just fine. So we're getting a 003 heli that's being locked in place in that exact spot, as you guys can see, and then after we've bought the bomb shooters and after we've bought the heli, so the Moab Shelf heli, that's when we're going to go for the sticky bomb. So the reason why you want to do that is because you want to have the abilities ready to always strike down the Lich soul so that it doesn't leak lives, because we don't have that many lives. Of course, for people that have the monkey knowledge that gives you the marketplaces to produce 1 life per round, you guys are going to have a lot of lives at this point, so you're not really concerned about that, plus the mana shield, so you guys are going to be totally fine. But obviously I'm playing without monkey knowledge, so I have to be very careful with that. And also, don't blow all of your abilities on 1 Lich soul. So you're going to have 2 abilities, but sometimes you're going to be able to use only 1 ability. That's especially when Lich is close to you. So don't blow all of your abilities at once, because that might come to bite you when the next soul appears. So be careful with those. We have 2, we're totally fine, and there we go. And by the way, while all this was happening, I just upgraded one of my 203 farms to 204, and I'm upgrading the second one now. So what we're doing now is we're going to sell everything basically besides Sada, the few farms that we have on the right, and we're going to get the Monkeyopolis. It's going to have 2 204 farms inside of it. So that's basically what's happening with the farming. This is a Minneapolis, as I like to call it, which is a very efficient tower to get. And that is what we're going to be doing on the farming department. Now, on the defending one, we're going to have a 3-0 Alchemist first, so for the first few rounds on 51, and then I'm going to buy a 4-0. Now, I'm going to mention it again because you guys are going to have Monkey Knowledge. Sada is likely going to be a higher level, so she's likely going to be higher level than mine, which is mine is level 8 at this point. Yours is probably going to be level 9 at least. And level 9 is a very important one because she can do 3 damage per shot instead of 2. So that's why I went for the 4-0 Alchemist and spent $3,000, but you guys can invest that money into buying more farms. So what's happening now in the next few rounds, I'm going to use the ability here, by the way, because that's how, things kind of happened. The ceramics did not get damaged, they did not get popped, so we had to use the ability. But nevertheless, continuing with the farming, we have the Monkeyopolis. We've got 2 4-0 farms, and we're going for I think 5. Yeah, 5 is going to be the total amount of numbers of farms we're going to be getting before the next one. So we're gonna get a little bit greedy on this one, but it's gonna pay out a lot in the late game. And it really makes a difference whether or not you get 4 or 5 farms now, 4 or 5 4-0s. Yeah, so round 59 next year is going to appear soon. So there we go, 5 4-0s, and now we're going to buy a very important tower, which is going to be the favorite trade. So the favorite trades just increased the selling price of our Monkeyopolis by about $7,000. That's very important. And now I'm getting 2 towers. So the first tower that I'm going to get, I sold the Alchemist because obviously Lich. I'm going to get a 402 Boomerang, which is going to help deal with round 63 and also a little bit of cleanup. And then we are going to get a Moab Assassin, and we're going to sell the Monkeyopolis for the mat. And now a very important thing that you guys should do is you should alternate the ability. So we bought a Moab Assassin, and that's probably one of the more important towers in this one because we still don't have that many lives. Obviously, as I mentioned to you guys, if you're playing with the Marketplace Monkey Knowledge, you're going to have more lives plus the mana shield. But because we don't, we have to go for the Moab Assassin. And so what we're doing is we are alternating the abilities on each skull. So on the first skull, I used, I think, the mad ability to get rid of the Lich Soul. And then on the next one, I'm using the Moab Assassin. On the next one, using the mad ability. And we just keep alternating between them. And the reason why we want to do that is because the mad actually got nerfed in update 29, I believe it was. And so this thing doesn't do as much damage as it used to do. And that means that it needs an extra shot to pop the Lich Soul, and that means that the Lich Soul actually starts leaking life. So after we're done with this one, I kind of didn't position my farms that well, so I was not able to get 10 farms into the Monkeyopolis. This is going to be a 9 farm Monkeyopolis. Basically sold everything, sold the mad, sold the boomerang at top, and at this point, by the way, I sold the mad in range of the favorite trade. That's very important, obviously. That's why we placed it in that area, because we want to get the sellback money. And at this point, you guys know the drill. So we're getting the Monkeyopolis. It's going to be a very early Monkeyopolis, especially for playing without Monkey Knowledge. Although we could have had 10 in this one, honestly. Maybe you can do even more. I'm not really sure. I didn't really test positionings on this one. I just thought that this was nice near the water for the sellback, for the favorite trades and stuff like that. And there we go. So at this point, you guys know the drill. This is the Monkeyopolis, 9 farms inside of it. We've got the NG, to increase the range. We're selling, basically, if we need to sell anything, it's going to be in the range of the favorite trades. And at this point, I'm going to be getting the 520 Banana Central and the 025 Wall Street. I was going to say Marketplace, but no, it's a Wall Street. And then one more 420. So I'm going to see you guys in a few rounds. So round 80 tier 3 Lich is out, and at the top, as you guys can notice, we've got the 3 Boomerang tier 5, so we've got about $250,000, and the farms are 520, 025, the Monkeyopolis, and a 420 Banana Research Facility. Now, here's the thing, you guys might not need to sell anything, but I sold both of my 420s and the 025 to get some more money on the field, and then I just upgraded the Boomer Paragon, which is going to be able to defend by itself. You don't need to give it anything else, but you can give it the helping hand, because at this point we're fine on farming, we're fine on basically any department. And number 2 is that you guys might not like the positioning of that one, and I tried putting it in the square where Sada is. And it's actually a good idea to at least, at this point, I think it's a good idea to sell Sada, because she's not going to be doing way too much later on. She's going to be taking some of the pops, and also we need that specific spot for the Boomerang Paragon later on. Something else that I, didn't do is because I didn't sell Sada, that means that we lose a lot of money on the sell price on the Boomerang Paragon, that is. And so I had to buy another favorite trades next to it. so that we get a lot of money in the sellback. And trust me, that's very worth, because I think we increased the sellback price for about 44,000. That is a lot. And so at this point, you guys know the drill. We're going to be getting the Boomerang Paragon. The end game defense is going to be Boomer Paragon, Ninja Paragon, and the Buccaneer Paragon. So at this point, I'm just spamming 420s. I'm going to be buying a lot of 024s in the bottom part of the map, and then just spamming the boomerangs, and I will see you guys for tier 4. Okay, so here we go, tier 4 Elite Lych. We're going to upgrade the Boomer Paragon at this point, and it's going to be a degree 37. That is not the best, but we don't really care about it because that's more than enough DPS, and the map is kind of nice for it. I also got the 502 Sniper to kind of increase the DPS that it does, although it doesn't need it, and that is how we're going to deal with the tier 4. And I'm just going to, I guess, make a cut here, and I'm going to see you guys for tier 5, show you guys the defenses that I have. But that's pretty much what's happening at this point, because we have way too much cash at this point, over $1 million. These farms keep making money, and we are just, you know, the only thing that's left to do at this point is just spam the ninjas for the Ninja Paragon, spam some Buccaneers in the empty space, and that's basically it. So I will see you guys in a few rounds. And the last one, tier 5 Elite Lych. We just got the Ninja Paragon, degree 35. That's fine. You guys can get obviously higher one if you wanted to, but that's totally fine. The Buccaneer one is degree 11. If you guys don't have this one unlocked, it's not going to be an issue. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be an issue. It doesn't do that much DPS, and honestly, we've got, if you hadn't bought the the Buccaneer Paragon, you would have had at least 2 million at this point, if not even more, depending on how much you farm. So, you know, you can easily go for something like a VTSG or a normal Shusan God, or maybe even other defending towers, right? And so that's basically it, what's happening. I got the Ninja Paragon on the platform, in the water on the platform that I bought. I actually bought that platform for the Banana Farmer because he wasn't reaching. And that's basically it. So 501 Ice, 250 Glue, the Sniper that we had for the previous one, and obviously the Paragon. So that's how we beat this week's Elite Lych. A little bit of switch up, I guess, in terms of previous weeks, but that is it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.